said, boom, man, it's unfair, man. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gotta get the love, the life, the Lord. It's just the peace and obedience now. The nurturer. You feel me? I'm trying to get to these life rings. I'm trying to get to these life rings because they're gonna be a very important life to me. So I do this for me and the one or two people who catching this shit, bro. That's what I do it for in real life. But I think I got a couple more lives I gotta do for them. I can't wait to get to them. Cause I'm gonna show you. Like I just did a premiere showing you the Negroes that was still there in China who got stomped out by the motherfucking mountain goats coming down the Eurasian steppes to kill every Negro in sight. Yeah, I just did that, but you know what it is. But I just be trying to see why people don't see this shit. I really be trying to see, I guess, they hold on to what was in the upbringing, you know what I'm talking about? But I really be trying to just figure out why people just don't see. People just don't see this shit. And it puzzles me that people don't see this shit. But I gotta keep dropping truth, brother. Now let's check this out. I'm trying to see when we came from a 3-tier cosmology to going into this global world, because I know it came from, I already know it had to come from the north. The people who don't respect nature was doing all kind of unnatural things like fucking animals and eating each other up and warring and, you know what I'm saying? Now we gang banging. See, I've been laid my flag down, bro. Coming about the 6. And I got some surprises, bro. Y'all gonna see, man. Actions. Inventio. This is an event. You see this is an inventio fortunata. This just sound like it's saying invent your fortune. They gonna invent their own fortune. I just be listening to that. I just be looking at this shit. Discovery. Is a loss. It's lost. Where is it? It's lost. Y'all don't lose shit. What you mean? It's already, already tripping me out because some shit lost. See, it's already tripping me out because some shit lost. I don't like shit to get lost around me. I found my little pistol though. But anyway, I don't like shit to get lost. How is lost? But you still got records. It's a lost 14th century travel log. Oh, who traveling? Who's the travelers and trespassers upon other people's lands and property? See, real people are born upon lands, bro. Real people are born upon lands, bro. Now, you gonna see I'm about to all that. Yeah, you know, real people are born on the lands. When you come out your mother's womb, she's on the land. So you ain't gotta travel, wander, and trespass. You ain't gotta do none of that. But anyway, there's a lost 14th century travel log that serves as the primary source for the medieval myth of the magnetic pole. Oh, so you know y'all's finna milk the world out and y'all gonna invent your fortunes through this shit. I'm just saying. Believed to have been written around 1360 by the anonymous Franciscan friar from Oxford, often historically attributed to mathematicians and astronomers. Nicholas, or whatever his name, I don't give a fuck about the name. The text presented a highly detailed, let's just say, fantastical geographic model of the Arctic. A fantasy? We live in a fantasy where we chase this North Pole all the way to the globe. It's a fantasy. They're giving us a fantasy world. Okay. I'm just saying. Though the original manuscript was lost by the late 1400s, it's lost. Its content survived. Why it's lost? Okay. Yeah, I lost it. Okay. But you're going to continue. It's your bloodline to lie to the world. It continued its contents, its content survived those secondary summaries, most notably a description of Dutch traveler Jacobus, I don't even say their names, which was later detailed in famous 1577 letter from Gordius Mercator. Why you think they keep running you back to the Mercator map? They don't want you to go no further than that. Why you think you back to the Mercator map? They don't want you to go no further than that. They don't want you to go no further than that. But we're going to dig deep as we can right here, just on the surface. Just on the surface level. We don't go too deep. Some people catch it. The concept of a true geographical North Pole first became serious scientific thought in 1530. How it becomes serious thought when it's coming from a fantasy? So they knew it was bullshit when they had you chasing it. You see? They knew it was bullshit when they had you chasing the North Pole with the Eskimo stories and the Indian teepees and all the bullshit that they animated to the world through their technology. You see? Proposed that Flemish astronomer and cartographer, he's another nigga, Frisius. I don't like the names. Why ancient cultures knew. Why ancient cultures, who's the ancient culture? That's you. The people that's down here on the land that God loved. See? I just showed you how the sun travel, how they create the equator. We're just gonna keep stabbing at them. Was the first to define the North Pole as an absolute fixed geographical coordinate on a globe used for global navigation. No one never navigated a globe until these people made this shit up and put this curriculum in every institution across the lands. But it came from the highlands, y'all, because this they fantasy and y'all living in it. But anyway, I digress. The idea evolved through several key minds. This nigga, y'all see him? Frisius, I don't even like to say his name. These the people. These their ancestors who finally learned how to talk, read, and write, and set up in them synagogues, up in them mountains, and figured a way to get to our resources and kill every nigga they see. They still trying to kill every nigga they see. And you got motherfuckers out here trying to feed motherfuckers to the beast. They gonna be shown. 1360 is the pivotal year when the North Pole transitioned from a vague direction in the sky. In the sky? The direction was in the sky? Nobody travels up to the sky unless they flying or something. What you mean, the direction into the sky? See, they gonna make you say up north. They gonna program you to say down south. But in your intellectual mind, you know you don't travel down into the earth to go south. And you know you don't travel up to the sky to go north. You know better. But this is how they program you. See? Geographic location on earth, thanks to the written thanks to the writing of the lost travel log. See? Invent your fortune. That's what we're gonna call this nigga. Invent your fortune. That's what we're gonna call it. Before this year, the North Pole was purely an astronomical concept. Ancient and medieval people looked at the night sky, and knew the stars rotated around a fixed northern point, the celestial pole. But it's in the sky. But they did not have a concept of physical geographic location at that at the bottom of the Arctic. At the bottom of the Arctic, at the bottom of the basin, the water y'all got in the mountains, the ocean y'all trying to create to connect to the waters down here. So I'm gonna sandwich that Pacific in like I told y'all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. Before it was ever conceived as a geographical location, the Earth 1360 North Pole was viewed strictly as a skyward direction by ancient civilizations as early as second millennium BC. Ancient astronomers in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Greece recognized that so now they down here and they took over. Now they took over ancient structures that was built by melanated people. Now they put it on in place now. Then they got closer to the land now. They gonna get closer when they create the European countries to sit right over the land of North Africa, the Sahara Desert. When we went over there and irrigated those lands, see now they getting closer now. They getting closer to the lands now. See, you gotta see it now. While the entire night sky rotates, the skies rotate. There was a single immovable point in the heavens around everything turned. The celestial pole. Celestial pole? Why they keep talking about it? It said North Pole. It said North Pole. See, anything to do with that North, you gonna have to shed it off to become divine in your mind. Real talk. The transition of the North Pole from the skyward concept to the terrestrial, to the ground, one evolved up through major phases. Ancient astronomy. Here they come to. Here they come now. Here they come. See, you got to watch them. Here they come. Ancient astronomers, 2000 BC, early astronomer focused entirely on the sky. The Greek astronomer, who that is? He's a Hippocrates. Y'all know you're a Hippo, you do whatever he is. And later Ptolemy, the first Ptolemy. His name's a rapper. So we're gonna go over him too. Because people need to know the truth. Use the celestial poles to map. Use the celestial poles. What are they talking about? These people come out the mountains. What are they talking about? To map out the stars and establish the first coordinate system. And they said that shit didn't fit on the motherfucker for real. I already got that information. Treating the pole as a pivotal point in the heavens rather than a place you could visit on Earth. Huh? The compass revolution. Now they finna make it point. Now they finna make the magnetic compass arrive in Europe. Navigations noticed the needle aligned with the skyward direction. I thought it pointed to the center of the Earth. And then they raised it up, and now it's pointing up. They just gonna stay on top of y'all. They gonna stay on top of y'all, man. We're gonna thumb through this shit right quick, man. Huh? Was being pulled by the pole star. So the compass is pointing up in the air, not the middle. What are they really talking about, y'all? See? Polarius. It ain't no pole, so ain't no polarius. So when they say polarius, don't call it that, because that ain't what the ancients called it. And all stars rotate. But that inner star is on a smaller rotation. And as they move out, as the life rings move out on the parallels, the circumferences get larger and larger and larger. It's called the life rings, y'all. You see? It's called the life rings, y'all. So the one in the center has got a tighter rotation. She said don't move, but all the stars move. Even the star that they say don't move, that we navigate to, that the Phoenicians and the rest of the Negro bloodline was navigating to on these flat waters, on 97% of the ocean waters that we was navigating on. Excuse me. Because it's real shit. It's self-magnet. Whatever I'm at. Cosmic, whatever I'm at. The polar star, pole star, Polarius. Itself is a magnetic cosmic force in the heavens. So you mean the compass is pointing towards the heaven, keeping the concept firmly anchored to the sky. The earthly mirror. Now they're going to mirror As above, so below. Watch them. You got to watch these months. As above, so below. Now they gonna mirror what's going on in the heavens and bring it to the earth. Watch this. The earthly mirror, 1560. It wasn't until the invent your fortune, 1360, that anyone firmly pulled the pole down from the heavens and projected it onto the surface of the earth, transforming a mathematical point in the sky into a physical designation on the globe that don't exist. I don't play, man. I just be chilling, bro. I don't do nothing but chill, man. For real. The earth became widely recognized as a globe rather than flat around the 5th century BCE, proposed by ancient Greek philosopher Greek northerners that originated out of those mountains that come down. Y'all get what I'm saying? The earth itself has been a sphere for roughly 4.5 billion years. Well, how did they know that? They just made this shit up. And you see how they put them 4.5 billion years on some shit? But the shift in the human understanding happened in phases. Pythagoras is 500 BC. But it's been this way 4.5 billion years. And all those intelligent people that was building these earth structures and growing agriculture and floating across these seas never thought that they'd float sideways and up water hills and behind balls. But now they gonna stand 4.5 billion years. It's been like this. Who are these people? Liars, devils, unchosen, northerners. That's who they are. Aristotle. Y'all know this shit. I'm just showing y'all this shit. The shift from the third tier flat cosmology to a spherical globe was fundamentally a divide between practical agricultural methodologies and emerging maritime astronomical science. For thousands of years, ancient agriculturalist societies, including those of Egypt, Mesopotamia, ancient China. Yo, we was over there too. That's why I just put that screenshot up on the other little video to show y'all that niggas was over there too. And early Israel viewed the universe through a practical observational lens that structured their worldview into a 3-tier cosmology, which that's what it is. The heavens, upper tier, a solid dome. Ain't no dome. Don't go for it. A lot of people go for that. I ain't going for nothing they bring to me. Nothing, no motherfucking evil entity try to bring to me or place upon me. Because I'm divine. Mind, body, and soul. Real talk. I done made it through the fire, the structure, there worldwide into a 3-tier cosmology. The heavens, upper tier, the earth, the middle tier, and I told you the underworld is when things disappear up under the horizon line that the oceans make. A flat line, 90%, 97% of the ocean waters. You hear what I'm trying to tell you? In real life. And the underworld, lower tier. And then they were talking about under the ground. They were talking about what they see in the sky when it disappear up under the horizon line. You know what I'm trying to tell y'all? And that's what it is right now. That's what it is right now. I'm trying to show you. Okay, I got it. I'm finna break north. The northerners of the Mediterranean, specifically the maritime and mathematical thinkers of ancient Greece. You know, the Greeks got their information from the Medians, which is the Crete. Shout out to Miss Meriwether for telling me not to never ever forget about Crete. That's our people. This is where they got their corrupting the knowledge from, the Cretians. And they get a credit to the Phoenicians that's connected to Crete, that's connected to the bloodline that'll bring you all the way over to the Natchez Indians to let you know that you are the bloodline that built cities and civilizations all over the earth. And they came down to play this game right here with you that you involved with now, living a fantasy. If you're gonna use your imagination, don't be a figment of somebody else's imagination. If you're gonna use your imagination, use your own. Don't be a figment of their imagination, because this shit is imaginary, bro. And a lot of people are imagining things and think it's gonna be reality. Not on my watch. Modern around the 6th and 5th centuries BCE, because their society relied heavily on long-distance naval navigation across open waters, rather than fixed river valley agriculture. They noticed physical contradictions in the flat model. What contradictions? One, sailing operations, ships dropping below the horizon, first instead of just shrinking in size. They disappear because it go out of your physical perception. And I'm quite sure you can get a telescope lens, and pull it right back into your view. That's been proven. That's fuck shit. See? So that's fuck shit. You let a ship go outside your view, you can get some binoculars, pull it back into view. You get outside the binoculars view, you can get a telescope, pull it back into view. It just appears to leave your perception as going under all around. But you get a lens with intensive sight, and it pulls it right back into your view. So that shit bullshit. See? So I'm talking about changing skies, traveling north to south. I ain't finna go through it. I'm just showing y'all this shit bullshit in real life. In real life, my life. The Tropic of Cancer, approximately 23.26 degrees north on this parallel, is the famous parallel of latitude. It's famous parallel of latitude that passes directly through the state of Hawaii. I'm about to sandwich the Hawaiian lines in. All that Polynesian and all that Pacific wrapping around balls and all that shit. I'm about to sandwich their ass in. Like I told, I'm gonna do it on my time though. I'm gonna do it on my time. Because I know it's bullshit. While the main Hawaiian island sits just south of this line, the parallel cuts directly through the northwestern Hawaiian island, specifically passing just north of, what does it say? Lahaina Island. Honolulu latitude. The capital is on the 21.18 north latitude. I'm gonna show you, we're gonna bust all that shit up. Don't even worry, we're gonna bust all that shit up. I am. Yeah, because that's what I do. I don't do it to bring y'all the truth, bro. In real life. What I tell you? Watch what I tell you. Only U.S. state, Hawaii, anyway. I'm showing y'all that Pacific bullshit. That Pacific is bullshit. The term Hawaii parallel, or the parallels of latitude running through the Pacific near Hawaii, often refers to the 20th parallel north, which cuts directly through the big island of Hawaii of the Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, what I've been trying to investigate, and there's something special about it. I thought it was, but we're going to get into it though. And brought a geographical and alternative cartographic context. These specific lines and latitudes are central to several notable concepts. The Polynesian Triangle. And they tell you they had a special triangle where they was, okay, we're going to see. They got a Bermuda Triangle too. Anyway, we're going to see. We're going to see how they was just taking shit. I think they was just hijacking motherfucker Bermuda. Anyway, Hawaii serves as the northern apex of this vast Pacific region, anchored by New Zealand and the southwest eastern island. Now, this is what you gotta think of now. The Pacific is only on one side, but they got Pacific on both sides. On the side of California and Far East on this side, they got Pacific. So why they don't travel around the back of the ball? Because they can't do it because the back of the ball is the bottom of the ocean. You see what I'm talking about? They never got these grid alignments to fit correctly. I already done studied all this shit, bro. Pacific grid. And understand that Pacific means peaceful waters. They named the Pacific Ocean Pacific because it meant peaceful waters. And then they had to come up with all these reasons why they can't travel around the bottom of the ocean. Because it's a top view. And you're looking at the face of the earth when you're looking at this shit, bro. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. We're going to get deep into that later on. You know, that the tropical Cancer is. That's the Pacific. And that's where all those little Oceania. Why is this, what the fuck, what shit? Australia should be up this way. Which they made it. They moved it up. Now it's bordering the Pacific and the Australia should be right up here. The tropical Cancer. And down there you had the Tropic of Capricorn. It's getting heated up, y'all. Esoterically. And I'm the motherfucking truth. And I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show you I'm the truth. In the Pacific Ocean, the Tropical Cancer runs parallel to the equator. What equator? I just told y'all one of the equator. See, that was the second thing I showed you. An imaginary line around a ball of water. Shut the fuck up. As the line of latitude spans across the Pacific, it interacts with several key geographical features. Hawaii, Appalachia, you know what I'm saying? Directly through the Pacific Ocean, just south of the Nicolet Island, in the northwest Hawaii. Man, this shit sitting flat on flat waters down here on sea level. See how we still in the tropic area? I mean, we still on the lands. We ain't got to the northerners in the mountains yet. That means we still on the lands, and this is how they corrupting your mind, bro. Open ocean boundaries act as the northern boundary of the northern boundary. When you get to the northern boundary, you go straight up into goddamn highlands and goddamn upper lands and people in the north that's creating secret societies, and you got to be initiated and all this old fake ass shit that take you away from nature. It takes you away from nature. That's what was going on. But I just came to show you this shit. Moving east across the Pacific, it strikes land at the Baja California Peninsula. So you should be going around the back of the ball. When y'all gonna do it? If you leave east from the Tropic of Cancer, you got to go around the back of the ball. Then he tried to trick me I said, how many miles it is across that Pacific? I'm just fucking with him. Because I already know. No planes fly over the Pacific. I was just making my little calculations on it. And then you can go to this video right here. And they're going to explain how they plan. And no plane ever flies over the Pacific from any of those Sandwich Islands to California. They do it over the surface, the same way you cross the Atlantic, across the face of the earth. But in this case, around the face of the earth. The same way I told you, those motherfucking Japs come around the Pacific and loop around California up into Mesoamerica, and that was they link entrance way to how all those Mongolians got to Mexico. But they tell you they can't do it. But that's how they do it. Because the Pacific is peaceful waters, y'all. That's all I'm trying to tell you. The Tropic of Capricorn is the parallel of that altitude that lie between 23.5 south. And see, it's the interaction and that special thing that make Capricorn and Cancer so significant. And I be so real, my nigga. I be so real. But I'm gonna show y'all, man. Shit about to get deep. And I gotta go. You hear me? No planes fly over the Pacific because it's the bottom of the ocean. And the way they got it, They put it on both sides because that's how it is. You got to come across to get side to side. The same way we did in ancient times. Nobody travel around the back of a water ball. The truth don't need no help. You hear me? It ain't gonna be break a fall. And I gotta go hit the slab, y'all. I said, boom. I'm going into the fire. See my soul fly high. I'm going into the fire.